Hi guys, how are you? You well? Good. Well, here I am. So, after my last video at the dealership, you may well have seen the excitement of picking the bike up just completely took hold, and then my absolute worry about dropping it or making a bit of a tit of myself outside the dealership kind of stripped away all of my ability to talk, which made the video a bit boring after that. So anyway, I didn't post that up, and I thought I'd wait until I had the opportunity to get out into the sunshine, have a little ride, give you guys some feedback on my thoughts of this 2016 BMW GS Adventure. So how I ended up with this is I had an Yamaha MT-09, brought it as a substitute for this really, because I took one of these out on a test ride, and I can kind of convince myself in my own head that it was massive and way too big for what I wanted. And actually, once I got my road confidence back and I test rode another one of these, then I realised that wasn't the case at all, and it was just a beautiful bike. So there I am, several £1,000s lighter. Bought myself this beautiful little beast. It's in the blue colour. It came with pretty much everything that you could want. So, but I'll stop in a minute if I can and give you a little run round to the bike. But yeah, only done sort of 800 miles. Last owner sold it, and they'd only had it for 6 months and had a bit of an issue at work, which meant they couldn't ride the bike anymore. And rather than it just depreciating in the garage, they backed it to the dealership to sell on their behalf, which they did. So it come with the full BMW 2-year warranty and check pack, and they'd done me a deal on a few bits and bobs as well. So here I am. So what's it come with? Well, it's a stock 1200 GS with a few of the added options sort of tagged on. So it's got keyless ride. Keyless ride for me is not something I would have paid for. Really wouldn't have worried me whether I had keyless ride or not. But I've got it. The keys in my pocket. Kind of, yeah, I don't know. It's, I think about 180 quid is the keyless ride option, and for me it's just something else that could go wrong. I probably wouldn't have had that if I'd spec'd the bike myself. It's got a quick shifter, which I probably wouldn't have spec'd myself, because up until me having it, I thought it probably made me lazy and I'd struggle to get used to it and all the other bits and bobs. But actually now I've got it, it's a really useful bit of kit, works very well. The gearboxes on these, as everyone knows, are a bit agricultural, they're a bit clunky. They're much better than they used to be on the old ones, and a friend of mine took this up the road once I'd got it. He had ridden the old 1150 GS, and he said the gearbox felt as smooth as silk, but coming from the Yami, it does feel a bit clunky and agricultural, but I'm sure that's something I'll grow to love. However, the quick shifter and auto flipper works seamlessly after second gear. Once you're out past second gear, no trouble at all, works an absolute treat. So what else is on it? Well, it's got the, as you can probably see, it's got the sat nav. Again, the guy who brought the sat nav, they're a 600 quid option, I think, and I would have really struggled to justify that, albeit I've used it every time I've got on the bike, whether it's for the navigation itself, whether it's for, in fact, I'm not going to lie to you, I've never used a compass, whether it's for the information that it gives you, so and you can scroll backwards and forwards, and literally I've played with it a little bit, but not tons. Or the navigation is really good. It gives a speed limit for the area, the speed you're travelling, warns you of any upcoming known danger spots, or more importantly any known speed camera spots that you may have to deal with. So, you know, chuff with that, absolutely fantastic. And again, like I say, was included in the purchase price of the bike. One of the other things that I would have loved to had, but because I'm a bit of a tight ass, I would have really struggled warranting, would be the Acroprovic exhaust. So it's got an Acro on it, and I don't know whether you can hear it, but my god, it's throaty. It really is throaty. I'm riding with earplugs not because I want to, because I need to. It is incredibly loud, and that's with, you know, I've not touched it, so I'm assuming it's got removable baffles. But if it has, they're not coming out, I promise you. So yeah, the acro came on it as well, and then obviously the standard kit what you get with the GS is pretty phenomenal anyway. I know they're an expensive bike, but 2-stage heated grips, which on the hottest setting, even through 4-season gloves, will burn your hands. They're super hot. Adjustable screen, not electric like the Triumph, but you know, I don't change my height very often. I am what I am. I've set it, I've not touched it, perfectly happy. Cruise control works an absolute treat. It's got ABS, of course, traction control. It's got ESA, which is BMW's suspension settings. This is it's got them all on this one. I think there's various levels that you can have, but this one has got everything. The Enduro, it's got the little plug under the seat for Enduro Pro. So if you ever want to hit the dirt, then it's got it as well. And then there's a few bits and bobs that I've added onto the bike as well, only because, you know, if you welcome a new member to your family, you want to buy it a present. So I've bought myself the Givy, however you want to pronounce it, 308 tank bag, which is the how much road do you want? Sorry, concentrate, make sure I'm not getting squished. Which is the Givy 308 20-litre tank bag. Lovely bit of kit. The reason I bought this over anything else, quite literally, is it holds the tank bag off of the bike, so it doesn't rub on it even when it's stuffed full of stuff like it is now. I keep my phones and you know, bits and bobs in there, puncture repair kit and Leatherman, that kind of stuff. I've also bought a tank pad set just to avoid my textiles scratching the tank, or my you know, the fasteners on the front of my jacket and just marking the tank. It's a huge investment, not one I plan to get rid of, and I don't expect to make any money out of it or anything like that. I'm just one of these people that like things, you know, absolutely pristine and showroom for as long as possible. So yeah, that's kind of all I've added really. Also in, and you'll see it when I stop, also included in the purchase price was the luggage. It's got the top box and the 2 side cases, the aluminium ones, which I found really useful. I would have brought the top box, but I've actually find that every time I go out, you know, time you stop and you pick up a this and that and the other bits and bobs, then you tend to find that they soon get filled up fairly quickly. So yeah, great, pleased to have those. A couple of things I would like to add to the bike, which I will do over the sort of coming weeks, and I won't do oh, someone is going to be gutted they've lost their balloon. I won't do a video on them because plenty of people do that, but I'm going to get an extra wind deflector. I'm 5'11", almost dead on. I have a Schubert E1 helmet, and you know, this kind of stuff around town, 40 to 60 miles an hour, no problem at all, absolutely no problem. In fact, the little bit of wind that rolls over the top of the helmet is quite nice when it's a bit warmer. However, anything over that, so motorway speeds, the wind does catch the peak slightly and doesn't sort of rattle the helmet or anything like that. It causes a little bit of a droning, which is annoying. Nothing other than that, it's annoying. So I'll get the little extender. I think I've seen there's a few places online that do them. I've seen one that I quite like, so I'll have a crack at that. And then the Givy hand extenders. Now again, this is something I wasn't going to actually bother with because I thought the own hand extenders would work a treat. However, this morning it's quite chilly. It's only sort of 5 degrees this morning when I went out, and I found that the edge of the edge of my hand, the bit where that doesn't get caught by the protector that's already on there, was getting cold. And they're fairly, you know, they're Rucker Virium gloves. They're good, but they're not cold weather gloves. Well, although they say they're 4 seasons, just not not 4 UK seasons. And I've got some undergloves for them, which made it perfect. I didn't put one this morning because I didn't think it was going to be, but it was quite misty this morning. I think I really dragged the temperature down. Right. Okay. So yeah, just thought I'd take advantage of this beautiful weather, take the bike to work with me today. Not something I get to do very often, as a majority of my work involves me wearing a suit and underneath riding gear. It looks like I slept in it, not a good look. So yeah, that's kind of the bike all over. I've done probably 1,000 miles on it now. My confidence is certainly growing. Feel much more part of it, not intimidated by its size or weight anymore. And well, I think one of the main reasons for that is when I brought it and got it home, I put it in the garage and put it on its side stand, admiring my wonderful purchase, feeling very pleased and happy with myself. And then I thought, to store it, I'll stick it up on its centre stand. And just as I rocked it up on the centre stand, a mixture of ham-fistedness, no skill whatsoever, I just let the bike get away from me. It rolled away, and I just felt it go. There's nothing I can do about it. But you know, the beauty of a GS, it never really falls over, does it? It just kind of leans over. So it very slowly rocked over onto its pannier box and the right-hand crash bar, the tiniest of marks, the real tiniest of marks. So I'm not too bothered about that. And now that's actually happened, I think that's taken away some of the fear of doing it, which is kind of quite nice. My only complaint, if you could call it a complaint, is it's probably something that could be solved with a bit of willpower, but unfortunately I don't have any whatsoever, is the sheer amount of accessories you can buy for it. There is literally anything you can think of. You know, I bought a tank bag, fairly normal, on its other few bits, but literally there is, and I spend my nights flicking through places like the Nippy Norman's website or the Adventure Bike Shop website, just looking at all the stuff I'm going to buy for when I go around the world or to Tesco's. So yeah, that's kind of where we are at the moment. What I'll do is I'll find somewhere to stop and I'll let you have a look around the bike. Yeah, I know you've all seen them before, but you know, this one's special, it's mine. So yeah, I'll let you have a little look. I'll find somewhere nice to stop, and then yeah, appreciate any feedback. But no, really do appreciate your comments and feedback on the videos that I've got. I know I'm very new to this, very amateur, so any suggestions you guys can make in order to make it a bit more interesting, or make my voice a little less monotone. For a salesman, I'm surprised how monotone it is, and maybe my success is on the back of people just getting bored of hearing me. Yeah, well, there we go. But look, you know, enjoy the ride, stay with us, and I will find somewhere to stop, and then I'll just let you have a look around the bike and point out the accessories that's on it, and we'll go from there. Cheers. Okay, so here she is. So 2016 BMW GS Adventure in the blue. I don't know what the colour is called, but as you can see, she's pretty clean. Literally not done anything really. I do prefer to run with the running lights on. I was out with someone the other day and they mentioned how much visibility they give. So as you can see, the Akrapovic exhaust, clearly not a full system, it's a slip-on with the GSA, but nevertheless it's incredibly throaty. I'll try and it's running the Anchor Wilds, what come with a standard spec, and I've given it a full ACF 50 just to try and give it some protection from the elements. Not that I do a great deal of riding when the weather's shitty, but yeah, so there she is.